Hello guys, today I'm going to share you what is the use of this keyword in Java and how it is used in Java programming. So basically this keyword, it is a reference variable that refers to the current variable. So here now I'm going to share you the use of this keyword. This keyword is used to refer the current class instance variable. So once we create a class, a public class, so there will be some instance variables which do not have the term static before them. So we need to access those instance variables by using objects itself. So we have learned this in the object topic. And here the next point is this keyword is used to call a method in a current class. So when we are in a class and we need to call a method from another method or from the main class, we can use this keyword. And the third point is this keyword is used to call a constructor in a current class. So we used to create a constructor by using the class name, right? Once we are in the process of creating an object, we'll all automatically create a constructor there. So we this keyword is used to call a constructor in a current class. So I'll just show you this by using an example. So here I'm going to create a package name keywords. I'm performing this complete code in Eclipse workspace. It's an IDE. So keywords, and here I'm going to include a public class. This since it is a this way, this topic is related to this keyword. I'm going to create this as this, right? And here I'm going to create an instance variable or an instant string here. The data type is string here, and this is an instance variable since I haven't mentioned static here. So this is an instance variable. By using this, the main concept starts here. This is an instance variable here. Now I'm going to uh, create a method, namely display. It doesn't return any of the type since I have given the void, so it doesn't return any type here. In this, I'm going to include an system.out.println statement using this keyword. Right? I'll explain you with this again. Now the main thing starts. Now I'm going to include the main statement, public static void main arguments. In this, I'm going to create an object. Everyone had remembered the process of creating an object here. Here, this is the class name. This is the class name. Obj is my object name, which I have created newly. New is the variable used for the keyword used for instantization of an object. Here, my constructor got created. Now, I thought of passing a parameterized constructor instead of a default constructor. So it's of our own opinion. So I thought of creating a parameterized constructor. I need to call the constructor now. This is the error rises here. Since the constructor this of string is undefined. So what does it mean? I haven't called the constructor. The constructor has been created in this particular line. But the pending task is that I need to call the constructor. So now I'm going to call the constructor here. This of so since it's an parameterized constructor, I'm giving some parameter here. I'm giving the same string b here, which I have initialized here. So the main task starts here. Here, I'm going to this dot. Initially, I'll show you something. This dot b equal to b. So here, the major purpose of using this keyword is that if I remove this keyword, so we don't know whether the string in this b is going to store in this or the compiler gets confused here. So here, this keyword is used. So now this keyword is being joined with the instance variable here. See here, I have created an instance variable string b. Now I'm going to join this keyword through instance variable. So here, now the value of b, the value of string b is getting copied into this variable. So the instance variable. This keyword is only applicable to an instance variable itself. It doesn't give help to a static variable, right? Now I'm calling a method here, display. Now this display method is getting called. And now when here automatically the constructor got called here, and here this dot be equal to b, and now the method got called. So I don't need to call the method in the main statement. So once the method got called here, now I'm writing a statement. When the method call completed, the compiler comes back to this parameterize this constructor. So system dot out dot println, this is parameterized constructor. Yes. Now we completed this. Now it's it's the time to compile the program. Now I'm going to save this right here. Firstly, the compiler starts the process from the main statement. Here, I've given the main statement. I've created a class. I've created an object by using the class name, and here the constructor got called. This complete process is done by using this new statement. It is used for instantiation of an object, right? And here, since this is a parameterized constructor, I've given an argument here. Here, this is termed as argument, and here this is termed as parameter, right? Here, this argument is given. And now the constructor automatically calls here. It starts running this dot string b and this dot b equal to b. So the major reason for giving here this dot b is that I have shown you before. This keyword is used to refer current class instance variable. So we are in the same class, this particular main statement and this keyword is in the same class. So this keyword is used to or has already been used to refer current class instance variable. My current class name is this, and the instance variable in this current class is string b, right? So the first step has been used. The usage of this keyword is used to refer current class instance variable, right? And now we got the output. Once this is called display, this display method is getting called by this constructor. So display method, and it prints the output using this keyword plus b. So the value of b, what is the value of b here? I have given the value of b as sun. So using this keyword plus I have joined the variable b. So what is the value of b here? Sun. So using this keyword sun. And again, after completing the statement, after completing the output statements that need to be printed in the display method has been completed. There's only one statement that I need to print. So after completing this method, it will returns back to the previous method which it got called. So what is the method that called the display method? This constructor, right? This is a parameterized constructor. This now after calling this method, now it prints its own method output. So system.out.println, this is a parameterized constructor, right? Now this particular thing is getting printed. So after this, if we include some method, there's a possibility to call some other method using the same parameterized thing, right? This is the first case of using this keyword. So what is the first case? This keyword is used to refer current class instance variable, right? Now I'm going to tell you the second use of this variable. The second use of this variable. So again, now I'm going to share you how this keyword is used to call a method in a current class, right? And in the previous example itself, we have seen here the method display is getting called in the this constructor itself. So this is a parameterized constructor in which the method is getting called here. So by using this keyword also, we can access the method. So here, this dot display. This is also a process to access the method. So again, if I save this and run the code, I'll get the same output using this keyword. And here, since the this dot display, this particular method is getting called, this particular output is getting printed, and after that, this is a parameterized constructor, right? Now the third thing, the third use of this keyword. This keyword is used to call a constructor in a current class. So what's our class name? This is our class name. And what is our constructor name? This. So here, since it is a parameterized constructor, I have already given the parameters. So I wish to call a default constructor here. I'll create a default constructor. So there's a possibility that we can create both parameterized constructor and a default constructor in a same class, right? So now, what is my constructor name? This. And this is, since this is a default constructor, I don't need to include any parameters here. System.out.println. This is a default constructor, right? So I'm going to print this statement now. I'm going to call this constructor, this default constructor in the parameterized constructor. This, right? Yes. Now I'm going to share how I've called this constructor. So this is a default constructor. Since I haven't initialized any of the parameters here, I have called the default constructor here. This default constructor is being called from the parameterized constructor. So a constructor call is happening inside the same constructor, but of different case. This is a parameterized constructor and this is a default constructor, right? Now we are going to save the code. We are going to execute. Now, firstly, this main, the compiler enter into this main statement, main keyword, and this main method creates an object. We have created an object obj, and initially the first phase, this parameterized keyword will be called. And in this, the first thing the parameterized constructor is doing is that it is calling this constructor first. So this is a default constructor. This particular output will be printed first. And again, it returns back to the method. And here this dot b equal to b. The value of b is getting copied into this dot b. So the instance variable takes the value of b. And then the display method is getting called. So here using this keyword, and here the b, the value which is copied by instance variable gets printed here. So using this keyword and sum. And after that, this particular method is completed executing. So it returns back into this parameterized constructor. So it executes the statement system.out.println. This is a parameterized constructor. So for this, the complete program has been completed until this. So this is a parameterized constructor, right? So this is the concept of this keyword in Java, and this is how the use of this keyword is helpful in Java programming. Thank you.